Win was a maiden fair, a virgin she, but Mary foothold her to the Gwynedd king, and so begins my story. Gildeath we, the pretty prince, conceived a passion for her. 'Twas doomed for virgin must she be, to be the king's footholder. Gildeath we, the pretty prince, went unto his royal brother. Brother, help me, I'm sick with love, Prince Gwydion, the sly enchanter. Prince Gwydion, he plotted long, he planned a war for profit, to gain the pigs of David land, and King Math would have to fight it. King Math would leave his castle walls, he'd leave his prize footholder. No more a virgin would she be, but he would be no wiser. Enchanter and the pretty prince took 10 men on that journey, departed south for David land, dressed as bards for King Pryderi. They entertained the whole court and king, they sang the lore full proudly, and when they asked for David's pigs, they got their answer loudly. Quoth Pryderi unto the prince, I bought Anwin's pigs dearly. I cannot give them up to you, although your song was worthy. That night the prince he conjured long, bright shields from mushrooms boldly. He conjured horses and hunting hounds with collars gleaming goldly. He brought the horses and the shields and greyhounds to Pryderi. Departed north with Anwin's pigs, but he was sore and weary. Pryderi lost like fairy gold his horses in the dawning. He raised an army marching north in anger at their cunning. The men of Gwynedd, they marched forth to war and bloody battle. King Math was marshal at their heads to hear the foe's death rattle. Gwydion and Gildeath we, they sought the royal footholder. The pretty prince took her forcefully, but from it he got no pleasure. She kicked and screamed, she kicked and cried, she pinched him while he prodded. No passion would she give to him, for indeed he had marauded. They journeyed back to Gwyned's camp, they fought to battles running. They broke the David host that day, but Pryderi was now cunning. Pryderi challenged Gwydion with axe and shield and spear, which he accepted with delight. The enchanter had no fear. They fought from break of the dawn till noon, they fought from noon till evening. Enchantment won out over brawn, and Pryderi ended bleeding. When Math returned to his castle walls, Gawain she told her story. He raised her up and made her queen to give her back her glory. Gwydion and Gildeath we were barred from food and drinking, till submission made they to Math, their act had been unthinking. King Math he struck them with his staff, he made a mighty spell casting. He turned them into stag and doe, for a year the spell was lasting. When the year had come and gone, each struggled with his fate. A stag, a doe, and a gentle fawn came walking to Math's gate. The little fawn was taken up, Thranduil became his name there. He turned the children of the court and grew up to be a man there. King Math he struck them with his staff, he made a mighty spell casting. He turned them into boar and sow, for a year the spell was lasting. When the year had come and gone, a clamour by the gateway, a boar, a sow, and a piglet young, on Achrin had his name day. King Math he struck them with his staff, he made a mighty spell casting. He turned them into wolf and bitch. For a year the spell was lasting. When the year had come and gone, the punishment was ended. A wolf, a bitch, and a strong wolf cub named Bladewind were soon befriended. He turned them into human form to cheers revelatory. They had brought pigs into the world, and here I end my story. Come all you good people and hear my sad story. The old king is dead with his prowess and pride. He conquered a lady with magic and glory, but then tried to love and was empty inside. Sir Thranduil dwelt in his castle by cliffside and spoke to the powers of forest and tree. They promised him glory for only a small price, but he did not ask what that small price would be. Loranna, the dark-eyed of song and of story, bewitching by twilight and by light of day. Imprisoned unjustly by warriors was she, our hero set forth the villains to slay. So Thranduil rode from his castle by cliffside, and something was with him that no one would see. He rode into danger to Loranna, the dark-eyed. With help from the powers, he gained victory. Loranna has taken the heart of the warrior, though he's only seen her through a sorcerer's glass. Braving the perils with help from the powers, set out from cliffside for all giant pass. Now Togar the giant was armed and was ready, 8 cubits high with a visage of dread. But Thranduil challenged, the battle was mighty, then the giant fell back for it lopped off his head. Thranduil rode for Loranna, who languished and anguished inside of the evil king's cell. He jousted with warriors by tens and by hundreds, with courage and magic he sent them to hell. When he had dispatched all the fighters with power, in the midst of the carnage their king he espied. They fought there with lightning before the bright tower, then Thranduil's sword flashed, the evil king died. Now Thranduil's realm stretched from king's home to cliffside, he reigned with his princess of beauty and style. But his bargain with powers had come back to haunt him, for he found that they'd taken his passion with guile. Thranduil's life became grimness and glory, the loss of his loving a terrible cause. He vowed that the next time he'd bargain more wisely, as he found that he'd won more, not as much as he lost. Come all you good people and hear my sad story. The old king is dead with his prowess and pride. He conquered a lady with magic and glory, but then tried to love and was empty inside. He to Coldrake came to battle for to crown his lady fair, to enthrone the pretty maiden, for that reason he was there. Bravely shone the snow-white eagle, swiftly flashed the hero's swords, mighty blows rained down on shield rims, brought up to block by noble lords. But Yiddish night won out at ending, heroes to fight the Turkish Khan. Blows they struck like strokes of lightning, bursting in the sky at dawn. Fairest maiden, softly weeping, for the eagle on the ground. The throne in May he'll not be having, by Meshwa Khan his death he found.